And so that's what we did in the London Borough of Brent for 3 years. We just brought community into these community spaces and just trained them. And by the end of the 2 days, it was 2 days at a time, people were talking. We only did first names, so no one know all job titles at the door, everything.
Right.
And then people were using these skills with each other, and you'd end up having 100 people doing a whole community mediation.
Right.
Because they got all this stuff off their chest.
Right.
And what they got back was empathy.
Right. How interesting. And I think we mentioned earlier, I think the heart and soul of mediation is empathy.
It is empathy.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's worrying to me. I suppose that's something that comes up when you, of course, you mention AI, and then, you know, everyone starts trembling.
Yeah.
And that's part of the issue, is that, you know, AI cannot generate empathy with the energy and frequency that is such an important part of the giving and receiving. There's a lot that's unspoken, but it can generate a kind of mock empathy using, you know, learned language. And it sort of, I suppose it bothers me that we may have generations that are going to go in that route, and that's their experience of it, which doesn't touch the soul.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a question that was raised to me about the use of AI, and somebody said, well, your triage effectively, they tried to simplify it.
Yeah.
I think it was slightly being disingenuous, but anyway, I entertained it and said, I don't really understand the value of the platform when I've got my own AI agent and I can simply put my problem in.
Yeah. From your point of view, with all your biases.
And then I put it in and it will find me the right mediator. Why do I need yours? I already pay £18 a month for ChatGPT. And it's the neutrality of it.
Yeah.
And it's what you said in terms of what happens in real life. It's going to tell you what you need to hear. And that's not useful. It's taking agency away from you.
Well, and also, you see, you can't necessarily, I think what the importance is that you need all parts of it.
Yes.
You know, if I just say, well, I've got an argument going with this supplier or this, you know, band member, or, you know, whatever it is, it can't give you, because it needs to see what's happening over there and over there.
Absolutely.
What it needs to look at the whole environment.
Yes.
Because what I think the problem is might not necessarily be the problem.
Yeah. And I think one of the bottlenecks we're seeing is we would be approached by somebody saying, I think somebody's recommended I try mediation. So we're like, fabulous, great. Have the other party agreed to? I'm not speaking to them.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, I found that in that entire area within the triage system that we offer, we contact the other party to say that we don't represent this party. We're completely neutral. Yeah. If you're interested, and we tell them the benefits of it and what can come out of it. And then the mediator that's selected, again, has not been selected by represented side. Well, you've picked someone who's going to favour you. Even though, as a mediator, we know we're unbiased, we know we're neutral. But from I guess the optics of it from the other party is, well, that they're going to be favouring you. And I see that's why I see mediation has failed with things like NHS resolutions. Because if you've got this mediation service available, but you're employed by, or HR, as you mentioned, you know, the HR, I see many HR people being trained as mediators, but then go back to the company. Well, it's not neutral.
Yeah, so I do train people in mediation skills within organisations, but I always say you can't call yourself a mediator because you've got a stake in it.
Okay.
But what you're doing is you're using these skills to de-escalate and take things as far as you possibly can.
Okay.
And I think that's really important. But whatever you do not call yourself a mediator when you've actually got a stake in the outcome, even if that is because you're employed by the same company that's paying your wages, you know.
Yeah.
So I have seen that work.
Okay.
But not.
But again, I think what you're saying is that you're teaching the skills for the individual. Yeah. But as a process.
As a leader, you know, so as a leader or a line manager or somebody within an organisation to be able to use these skills.
Yeah.
You know, we're having huge successes with the companies that, you know, bring this on board.
Yeah. And I think that's part of what we're saying is that if a mediator is required, they are calling themselves mediators. But as you said, don't call yourself a mediator because you have a stake in it.